EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
Quickly to the air is Burrow. Gets this into the hands of Samaje Perine. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
On one, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
11.
They go play action with Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, Perine. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Here we go. 11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And room there to work it inside.
On one, ready?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well.
Here we go.
Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Right now, you got 58.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So or setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again to Jones. And he's got some space here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. We're scoreless after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. 11.
First down. Here's Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Let's get set. 12, 11 Thomas.
Burrow going for it on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Eddie Pinheiro about set to get us going, and we are underway here in Charlotte. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. And his first look is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. 26. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. .47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here at their own 28-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd and very short, Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. This is intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
A run by Foreman to start the drive. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Connection made with Shenault. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tariq Carpenter. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. No score after one on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And this is going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry. And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Nixon now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
first down. Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Rashawn Gary. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan from 8 yards out, and the Packers have taken the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it, and you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 27, Darnold flushed out right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Darnold on first down. Flush to his right. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first down, Darnold. It's caught. It's Chenault again. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. Here's Darnold. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Rodgers now on first down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on, and they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
Again, it's Foreman. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to look deep for more. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 45 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Foreman. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got the connection to Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Samori Toure, 45 yards. And the Packers have moved out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to Foreman. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They run again with Foreman. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber?
And now here is another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here at their own 18. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now it's Darnold. That pass complete to Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 69 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A first down throw, Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A carry for Foreman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Darnold from the red zone now. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
To throw again on second down. Darnold to the right side and complete to Thomas. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Darnold. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And this is caught. He hits more. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's Foreman. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Deontay Foreman. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. On play action, now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action. It's Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers hitting Alan Lazard. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point try now for Crosby. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for two.
26.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Darnold. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, 38 yards. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. Nixon now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Trying to lay one up deep. And now here's another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. .25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Rodgers to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Rodgers throwing here. Looking deep downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some play.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. One last throw down for Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading.